Okay, I'm doing a care and rehouse video for Haplopelma lividum. As you can see, I made kind of a giant mess doing this little enclosure. She was in this 5-gallon, but it was kind of big, and she was just kind of sitting on top, pretty stressed. So I decided to put her in this smaller one. For Haplopelma lividum, they come from Asia, I think. They're rainforests. Something you got to know about this species is they require quite a bit of humidity. They need it really high, around 80-85%, otherwise they can die of desiccation. So just use a moist substrate. Critter keepers are great for them, like something like that, and that'll provide all the ventilation you'll need. You might want to cover it if you can't. Mist every 1 or 2 days. Just keep it moist, or kind of damp, not too wet. They don't really like it wet, but just moist. Just moist enough to provide good humidity, and moist enough so they can burrow. Give them deep substrate because they will burrow. I see a lot of people keeping them without deep substrate just because they want to see them, and that will kill your spider. Make sure they have enough substrate to burrow. They love burrowing. They're often referred to as pet holes because sometimes if you keep them incorrectly, they won't ever come out of their burrow. I see mine all the time, actually. She'll often sit at the edge of the burrow, partially outside of it when she's hungry, and will sit still for pictures and everything. So if you keep them right, you'll be able to see them a lot, and they're really awesome because they do a lot of digging, burrowing. Pretty cool. Anyway, the substrate I use is peat moss mixed with vermiculite and some of this sphagnum moss. I just tore it up and threw the peat moss, vermiculite, and everything all in this container. It's 5-gallon, and I just used it to mix it up and put it in here. I used my thumb. I just made a little starter burrow for her. So it's pretty deep. Just enough for her to fit in there. I'm hoping she adopts that. Just a water dish. They don't really need too much floor space because they're not really going to come out that much, and they're not going to be like a Mexican reddead, come out and wander around and all. So care is pretty simple for them as long as you maintain that high humidity and good temperature between 78 and 80 degrees. It'd be fine. They like it warm and humid. That's all you really need to know. Warm, humid, deep substrate. They eat a lot. Always keep the water dish full because that will help keep it humid. And because sometimes in the middle of the night they'll come out and get water. You're not likely to see them do that, or I've never seen them do that, but I know she did. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. They're not that hard. I would not recommend them for a beginner because they are very, very fast. When they don't have a burrow, they tend to be pretty defensive, and their venom is pretty significant. I've never been bitten. Hopefully never will be. But I don't want to be. So don't try to handle them. Just keep them in an enclosure like this, a nice clear view and everything. You'll be able to see them, and you won't get bit or anything. Gotta be careful with them. So here she is in this thing. She's about a 5-inch female. She looks bigger on the camera. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put her in here and hopefully not get bit. So I'll just put the camera somewhere, just like, well, this is going to look bad on the video because I can't figure out where to put the camera. Just put it there. I wish I had some like work gloves to use for her, but I don't. So I don't know how well this is going to turn out. It should probably be fine, but come on. Oh, you're still not off. Okay. So what I've done, I've got her in the deli cup, and I'm just trying to get the lid loose to where when I put the cup down, I can just lift the cup off of the lid, and she'll be in her enclosure. But I don't want the lid to come all the way off and let her get onto my arm because that would kind of, well, that wouldn't be good. And I really don't want her all over me. But I'm having a ridiculously hard time getting this lid off. Trying to keep my fingers out of there, you know? This is kind of slow, but with this species it's worth it because you need to be cautious. There we go. There you go, girl. I'm sorry. Okay, so here she is. Like I said, 5.5 inch female. Absolutely gorgeous in my opinion. Her name's Cortana. I love this girl. She's awesome. Get a light so you can see. Yeah, they really are blue, which is really cool. Nah, if I want her to get off the lid, but if I prod her, she'll probably try to bite whatever I prod her with. So I think I'm just gonna leave her for a bit and wait till she moseys off somewhere else, and starts exploring, and then I will do that. Yeah, so this has been the care sheet / rehousing video. I hope you learned something, and I hope you enjoyed it. This is Arachnophile 1995.